Hey guys, what is up? Chris here with Cohesive Friendship Unit, just me today. I am really excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield. In fact, it is one of my most anticipated games of the year. That being said, there is a lot of controversy brewing around these games, starting probably first and foremost with hashtag Dexgate, where the National Dex will not be making an appearance for really the first time in a mainline game, leaving a lot of fans upset. And while there are a lot of promising new features, and it is a leap to HD and the home console for the first time in the core series, begs the question, what exactly is the Pokeproblem? And we're going to talk all about that. But real quick, guys, we are doing a giveaway at 1,500 subs. We are giving away a Steam copy of the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy Remastered. Fun game. I've had a lot of fun with it on Switch, but we're giving it away on Steam. All you have to do is be subscribed. We would super much appreciate your support. If you like the video, a like would be awesome as well. Alright, guys. Again, huge fan of this game in terms of anticipation. Haven't played it yet, but I do want to just talk about franchised games. And younger people might not have a lot of experience with these, but basically up really until the late PS2 Xbox era into the early Xbox 360 PS3 era, movies and TV shows would license their intellectual property to have a game made. And a lot of the time, these games were absolute garbage. And there's a number of well-documented reasons behind these. And that's not to say that every single one of these was trash. Peter Jackson's King Kong was kind of like the, what? That's a great game? Example of a truly, really from heart and soul franchised game that succeeded in damn near every way. But that is like the 1 in 100 example. The vast majority are absolute crap shovelware, and there's a reason for that. The big reason is franchise games are on a tight time schedule with devs who don't own the IP, and that leads to problems. Like if you are so game dev studios, right? They need to keep the lights on, and actually this is something that Platinum Games has suffered from, where you will see them for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example, grab a licensed game to keep the lights on, and basically they're in dev hell. They have to get that game out by the time the movie comes out. If you don't get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game out by the time the movie comes out, what was even the point of making the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game? That is when all of the marketing hype is happening. That's when people have it in their minds. That's when people are going to see the movie. And really diehard fans are going to want to play the game. So that's kind of the internal pressure, right? A lot of times these contracts are picked up not out of passion, but out of necessity. And a lot of times they are kind of an ends to a means, and they are rushed. They need to happen by a certain date no matter what. It's not like a lot of games where you have the option of delaying a game to make it better. In this case, no. If the game isn't up to snuff in time, guess what? It's coming out no matter what. And I think we can translate this over to the Pokemon series. Again, huge fan of the Pokemon series. Don't take this as a critique of the series as a whole, but my concerns for this title and titles going forward. Pokemon games are franchise games. They are games, and maybe not at first, but now, by and large, they are games that are based off of a machine of marketing and media. They are like, the movies are coming out. Those aren't getting pushed for the games. The anime is coming out. The television network is not going to halt the anime because the games aren't ready. The plushies, the event, everything is happening. It's a train that cannot be stopped. It is not a singular entity. Pokemon games are not a singular entity. And that has a number of consequences, starting with the inability to complete what we would consider essential features. A big reason why the National Dex isn't out there is because they simply didn't have enough time. The anime is going to come out, the movies are going to come out, the schedule is set, things are in motion, and it's outside of Game Freak's control to delay the game. So we lose the National Dex. Cuts have to be made to get this game out. But let's talk about some of the general criticisms of Pokemon. Why did it take until 2019 to get a rotating camera? Well, again, it's a franchised game. They're on a schedule. If their schedule dictates you gotta get X, Y, and Z out, no pun intended on X and Y there, but if you have to get a certain number of features out, you have to get the 8 gyms developed, the region developed, the assets made, the Pokemon made, and balance everything, and they don't have time to put in that nice to have rotating camera. Guess what? You're not getting a rotating camera. It's not that the 3DS couldn't handle a freeform camera, it's that things are in motion and they cannot be stopped. And this is, in my opinion, what's holding the Pokemon series back, not only from a bring it up to current speed, but now we're actually starting to see it eat into the development itself. And a big part of that is also shifting generations into the HD space. That combined with the already intense pressure of getting the next gen out makes it difficult. And that's the Pokeproblem, guys, and I think it's going to be a hard one to solve. I think this is really why we see that extra game, why we see the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, why we see the Pokemon Crystal to the series. That's when the time is there to add those maybe nice to haves, the story that was cut, and obviously to sell more units. That's definitely what these games are there for, first and foremost. But let me know what you guys think of the Pokeproblem. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? That's my theory, and I don't think it's going to stop with Pokemon Sword and Shield and games going forward. But that is all for me, guys. I will catch you next time.